what's good, guys? It's Jiedel, and we are here. Today, we have removed the best player from every team in the NBA. Here's a quick montage. There's no Dragic on the Heat, no Kemba on the Hornets. God, the Hornets are bad without Kemba. That dude, low-key, is carrying pretty hard. We're talking no Gobert on the Jazz. Now, personally, 2K, I don't know how you think Gobert is better than Donovan Mitchell, but if that's what you think, that's what you think. There's not a lot of other teams with really weird things like that. Vucevic was the highest-rated player on the Magic. I'll admit I haven't watched a lot of Magic games, so I won't say anything. DeAndre was the highest on the Mavs. I can kind of feel that. People sleep on DeAndre, in my opinion. So, guys, today, knowing that we know the rosters, now I'm sure most of you are thinking, oh, the Warriors are just going to win anyway, and you're probably right, but they don't have Kevin Durant. We're going to do 2 seasons if they just run away with it, which I think they will. But anyway, so yeah, a lot of these teams are missing their best players. Before we simulate this season and see what would happen if every team lost their best player, I want you guys to put your predictions in the comments for Season 1. Who do you think is going to be MVP? Who do you think is going to be Rookie of the Year, 6th man, all that stuff. Now, Luka Doncic has won Rookie of the Year literally every single time we've simulated this 2018 season and across all my videos. That's probably only going to happen more likely with DeAndre gone. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll send to the All-Star break, see the statistics, and who the All-Stars are. Well, apparently the Heat would be really good if if Dragic wasn't on the team, because we're undefeated. Disable the trade offers for the computer. Alright, we're gonna take part in the All-Star draft. We're here at the halfway point. After this draft, we'll check the stats. We got Team Kyle and Team Steph. So Steph must have led the West in All-Star votes, and I'm guessing Kyle Lowry led the East. Okay. Alright, let's start the draft. My starter. Steph Curry chose Chris Paul as his first starter. I'm gonna choose Ben Simmons. So in this bizarro universe where the best player from each team is gone, Dwight Howard made the All-Star game, Reggie Jackson made the All-Star game, Tyreek Evans made the All-Star game, Aaron Gordon, DeAndre Ayton as a rookie, but I don't see Luka. So if Luka wins Rookie of the Year despite not making the All-Star game, that'd be kind of interesting. Hassan Whiteside, Steven Adams made the All-Star game. Chris Middleton made the All-Star game. Okay, some interesting things on here. Not as many one-time All-Stars as I thought, but quite a few. Let's check how people are doing. Steph Curry's leading the league in scoring. I'm not surprised. Paul George close behind him with CJ McCollum and Cousins. Chris Paul, Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Schroeder. Aaron Gordon in the top 10. That's a little unexpected. Klay Thompson, Lou Will, Drummond. Okay, so pretty normal distribution of points per game leaders. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. How is this affecting rebounding? Okay, it doesn't really affect rebounding much. Drummond's averaging nearly 17. That's pretty impressive, but nothing too crazy. Assists per game, Chris Paul still killing it. A lot of people are still killing it in the assists per game department. Okay, all right, nothing's really changed. My Miami Heat, we're 31-20, so this team's been pretty good. Standings in the East, the Raptors are still just killing it. You would expect without Kawhi for the Celtics to be that team, because I mean losing Kyrie sucks, but you just slot in Rozier. And then you got, Tatum, Brown. You got the squad. But no, the Celtics are still second. And the Sixers are still third, so that's interesting. Pacers still fourth. So the only team that really benefited a ton from this experiment in the East was the Miami Heat, which just kind of shows that they just have a lot of good but not great players. Okay, Western Conference, the Warriors, oh my God, they're off. They're just killing it. They are just killing it. They're 44-8. They've ruined the experiment, so we're probably going to have to run it back for another season. The Thunder, though, Paul George is leading this team to a 2nd seed. That's actually kind of impressive. Good job, Paul George. Rockets in 3rd. Donovan Mitchell's got his squad in the top 4. The Lakers actually managed to have a winning record without LeBron James. They honestly might have been heading in that direction anyway. They've looked pretty good, at times, last year, sometimes this year too. They're 6-6 as of recording this, I'll just say that. So let's send the rest of the season and see what the final statistics are. Alright, so Steph won MVP, but honestly guys, he's still playing with Klay, DeMarcus, and Draymond. I've never used this before, so I don't even know what it's going to do when I click it, but I'm about to hit the square button. Override play! Well, actually, I gotta check this. Can I see the standings or something? Hello? Do I get to see the standings here? I can't just give someone else MVP without knowing, you know. Okay, Steph just won like every game he played in. I don't even hate Steph. I actually love Steph. I got hate on Twitter for liking Steph. If you think Steph Curry's good nowadays, the salty fans out there, they will hate you. Well, rant aside, I'm overriding his MVP regardless because, yeah, this team was even more stacked relative to the league than his other team was. Sorry, Steph. I'm going to give it to Paul George. He had a great year. Congrats, Paul George. You're the MVP. Okay, Rookie of the Year DeAndre Ayton. It wasn't Luka this time, so maybe Luka was just getting all those assists from his DeAndre lobs. And without DeAndre to lob it to, Luka, he just doesn't have the sauce. Ayton here, he averaged 19 points a game, almost 13 rebounds, 52% shooting. That's pretty dang good. Kyle O'Quinn, 6th man. I guess that moved Tyreek into the starting lineup, if he's not a starter already. Draymond Green, Defensive Player of the Year, not a shocker there. Most Improved, Buddy Hield, okay, 19 points a game, he earned it. Nick Nurse, the Raptors head coach, Coach of the Year. The first team had Aaron Gordon and Andre Drummond. You know, I can't really picture Chris Paul and Paul George being first teamers in today's NBA either, but, you know, I don't think it'll happen again. Okay, the second team. We're talking Luka Doncic on the second team, despite not being an all-star. Gordon Hayward, okay. Kyle Lowry, Ben Simmons, the third team. We got Schroeder on the third team. We got Julius Randle on the third team. Yeah, we got an interesting third team here, okay. The all-defense team. Whoa, Kyle Anderson is on the all-defense team. Now, guys, this guy is like the slowest player I've ever seen. He's an all-defensive player. The NBA is in a weird place right now. All rookie teams are looking pretty similar, minus Trae Young, because he's actually the highest-rated player on the Hawks. All right, so Miami was the 2 seed. Interesting. Boston ended up being the 3, Indy the 4, Philly the 5, Toronto the 1. All right, let's just sim the first round. And the Warriors, of course, they sweep the Timberwolves. Jazz beat the Lakers. OKC with MVP Paul George beats the Sacramento Kings. Houston beats Denver. None of these series were any close. We didn't really have any close series in the East either. Boston lost to Brooklyn somehow. Guys, you got everyone at 2K. Can you fix the sim engine? The Celtics should not be this bad in the Sims. It makes no sense. All right, let's simulate the round, boy. So the Warriors go through another sweep. Now they're going against Paul George, the MVP. In the East, we have Toronto versus Brooklyn after Miami blew a 2-0 lead in that series. And here we are, Raptors-Warriors, which is pretty much always the finals when you simulate the 2018 season. 2K thinks nothing will change. And the Warriors go on to win. Kind of expected. So let's do this again, but let's also take Steph Curry off the Warriors. Goodbye, Steph Curry. You are gone. All right, this time I will do the season from the perspective of, let's do it from the Thunder. I think Paul George is probably going to win MVP, so it'll be fun to do it from the Thunder's perspective. All right, so same setup. All the best players are removed, except the Warriors had their 2 best players removed, Steph and Durant. And without further ado, here goes the season. Yeah. All right, once again, we're going to sim to the All-Star break. This time I won't participate in the draft, but I will see who the All-Stars are. So the All-Star selections have just been made. I don't know why they would change so much without Steph in the equation, but I don't know why. I just have a feeling they would change. Remember last time we had Aaron Gordon, for example. He had a great season. How do I even see this? I feel like these menus are there's so much going on in these menus. So yeah, this time Enes Kanter made the All-Star team. So did Eric Bledsoe. Luka Doncic made it this time, as well as Ayton. And Valanciunas made the All-Star team. Drew Holiday came back to the All-Star team. Drummond was the captain of a team. So was Klay. That means Klay was the top vote getter in the West, and Drummond was the top vote getter in the East. So it's surprising. You remove one player like Steph, and it can really change a lot of things. Finish out the season, we'll check out everyone's stats, we'll check out everyone's standings. We will do some analysis. All right, the MVP, Chris Paul, that actually makes sense. DeAndre Ayton, Rookie of the Year again. Dude, so does Luka only win Rookie of the Year because he's just throwing lobs to DeAndre? Okay, Kyle O'Quinn, 6th man again, so it didn't even change the award winners really other than MVP. It was Chris Paul this time. Billy Donovan, Coach of the Year though. Okay, that's interesting. The first team, Luka Doncic. Luka He was an all-NBA first team in this weird scenario where all the best players were removed. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't expect that. Okay, second team. Okay, yeah, it's standard second team. Third team. Third team's better than the second team. God dang. Okay, third team's better than the first team as well. Hello, DeJounte Murray, all defense team. Interesting. All right. So I will say in real life, I don't know a lot about his defense. Just know he had that kind of finesse. Okay, let's look at the stats. See if they changed a lot from last season. I don't know if they would have, but Paul George led the league in scoring. He was second without Steph, so that makes sense. CJ was right there. Yeah, it's kind of all the same guys, actually, so it didn't change too much. It actually bumped Gordon back, Jackson up. Really interesting how it changes the league dynamic this much. Jeremy Lin, 17 points a game. That's pretty cool. Lin Sanity was back. Standings-wise, we're talking the Warriors were still the first seed. So I think this just really illustrates just how stacked the Warriors are. If you took the two best players off the Warriors, Stephen Durant, look at this team. You still have Quinn Cook. He's a competent point guard. Klay Thompson, not the best shooting guard in the league, but on any given night could be the best player on the court if you think about it. You know, he could just get hot, and he's literally the best player on the court. Doesn't matter if you have LeBron. Like, if Klay's going to hit 15 threes in a game, he's the best player on the floor. So you have that guy still. Iguodala, I mean, come on. Everyone knows Iguodala is great. Draymond, he's a great defensive player, great passer. And you got Cousins. This is still an amazing starting lineup. Plus you got Kerr as the coach. I like that. The Thunder, but we did tie them record-wise, and the Lakers actually did pretty good this year, so Steph Curry's absence made a huge difference somehow for the Lakers. The Raptors were still the first seed. I don't know why that would change. Brooklyn is the second seed in this weird scenario. Boston the third. Okay, and somehow the Miami Heat missed the playoffs with the same team that was a second seed in our last sim. So I guess it just makes it really volatile, removing all these best players. It gets rid of all the consistency potential. But here, the Lakers are battling the Warriors in the second round. It's 2-2. Lakers are up 3-2. 3-3. Oh, the Thunder got eliminated by the Rockets. The Lakers are in the conference finals now in this bizarro scenario. They're in a close one with the Rockets. The Rockets actually take a 3-1 lead. It's over. Looking to the East, it's the Raptors again. They can't be stopped unless it's the Houston Rockets who are stopping them. There we go. The Rockets win 4-3. So that's what would happen, guys, if we took the best player off every team in the NBA. I can't say I am surprised. I am surprised. I think if the best team is taking off every team in the NBA, that definitely hurts the Sixers, no Embiid. Lakers, that hurts. But the Toronto Raptors, man, I mean, I watched them destroy the Lakers in person last weekend without Kawhi. So I guess that makes sense. But I would just expect more from the Celtics, like seeing how good they were without Kyrie. It's just weird to see that they did so poorly in this. That's pretty much my only conclusion from looking at this. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know what teams you think would be the champions or who would be MVP. Guys, let me know what your predictions would be for this scenario if it were ever to happen. If it ever were to happen. Yeah, I can't even say it, so I'm just going to leave this take in. If it ever were to happen, let me know your predictions in the comments. There we go. We got it. Okay, cool. If you like this video, check up here to check out this awesome video. Subscribe up here, and peace!